Lizard.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. I really would like to know at this point how many times I've said welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream because I didn't even really realize I said that every single stream until Carly pointed it out to me. And when she did her fake intro for me that one time where she put the shirt on and came in here as me, where she said that, and I was like, huh, I guess I say that a lot if my wife's quoting it. So, but yes, we are back. We have more Aurora, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. We have a whole new list tonight. The list has been completely shaken up. We have quite a new take on that, and it's actually thanks to our friend Dot, who hangs out in chat all the time. Dot has been working on a list and helped me put some of it together. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to look at the list that we're playing tonight, and you're going to say, is it really that different? Are we still not just playing 0 for 4s? We are still just playing 0 for 4s. But this version of the deck actually feels really, really clean. I played 2 games on the deck today, I think. I think that's how many games I got in before our stream. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. The thumbnail is not a lie. We are playing 2 copies of Flying High in the deck, which is actually felt really smooth in the 2 games I played so far. I'm hoping that it's going to continue to feel clean as we play throughout the night. I did go live an hour early tonight because we're going live an hour early because Calling Kansas City is next weekend. I need all the practice I can get right now because we're going to try and, we talked about cashing an event in Vegas. I didn't cash an event in Vegas, and while it was an improvement, it wasn't where I wanted to be. So we're locking in. We're trying to get some solid reps in leading up to Calling Kansas City, so that hopefully, we can put a really positive result on the weekend. I'd like to. So anyway, that is where we're at. That's what's going on right now. We also have some interesting cards in the sideboard that we're going to talk about. I have taken a couple of cards out of the sideboard, and we've added some new ones to the sideboard that Dot was not playing, that I think are helping me target the top of the metagame as opposed to a wide spread of the metagame. So we'll see how it feels tonight as we are continuing to play through. Hecto, I'm glad you're here. And yes, Colin, I am in fact flying high off the copium. Marcus, Loquacious, Colin, Steve, Brian, Dot, Rose, Hecto, Voldrani. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I meant to hit everybody. Flying High and Captain's Call, Never Brick Again. Now, that actually makes sense. Captain's Call is an interesting one. I hadn't considered that, to be honest, but it is interesting. Had a Wild Knight at Armory, won a gold pack in a random raffle, and opened an Eye. Oh my gosh. You opened a gold pack Eye of Ophidia for the price of your Armory that you were probably just going to go to anyway. That's actually insane, Steve. That's kind of crazy. Yo, that's actually kind of crazy. I'm here for it, though. I love it. Anyway, let's take a look at the Aurora deck. Let's talk about what we're playing tonight, some of the changes that I have made, and just kind of talk about the list in general. Yeah. Can't complain about any pulls for the rest of the year. I mean, that's fair. I'm curious to see what the big pulls are for and I actually want to talk about this before we look at the Aurora deck, but I'm curious to see what the big pulls are going to be for Usurp the Shadow Throne. What are the big hits for Usurp the Shadow Throne? You know, I mean, we could see something like I don't know, like Soul of Existence is probably going to be pretty expensive. I imagine Arc Shard is going to be up there. I know I've just mentioned the two Fabled so far. That new Viserai legendary card looks really, really good. So, hey, Dave, late cats is better than no cats. Am I right? I did win a little skirmish of 8 win it. Yo, you won a skirmish on that on that Silver Age Victor list? Yo, Marcus, that's awesome, bro. I love that. Also, credit to Fanboy3 in Manchester. Great store with an awesome community. They chose to raffle their gold packs from Compendium instead of opening them. Yo, what a W. Yo, what a W of a store to raffle off the gold packs instead of opening them. I mean,
oh yeah, it's all coming together.
That is like some serious like A+ behavior. Amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, big shout out to them. I'll make sure that if I'm ever in the area, which you know I don't come to the UK very often, but if we're ever over there, if I'm ever over there in the area, I'll make sure we hit an armory there. That would be cool. My LGS also raffled those packs off. See, look, stuff like that is so cool. I love hearing stories like that. Like I love that kind of stuff because it's like I don't know, it just makes me happy to know that the community as a whole like is doing stuff like that. Like that's I don't know, that's cool. Good on the LGSs. That's how you keep players coming back. 110%. Yo, what up, Chris? How are you, fam? I'm doing well. Our LGS gives gold packs to the armory winners, which was pretty cool when they had Compendium in stock. Man, you know, I throw a lot of praise to our stores because I really like our LGSs, you know. Like on Friday night, we have our armory. Our armory on Friday night is at the Outpost. Big shout out to Joe at the Outpost for, you know, just honestly having us a place to play on Friday night. And then Saturdays at the Blue Post, which can be a little confusing for people. So big shout out to you know, I really like their stores and like everything they do. I'm actually personal friends with the guy who runs the Blue Post. His name's Richard. He's a personal friend of mine. So I really like that, you know, I really like the stores, but they did not do anything with the gold packs, which I don't think I'm necessarily going to like give them down points for, but I think that your store, like your old stores actually giving out the gold packs is a massive win. That's really cool. Muscle Mutt Fab. What up, Mutt? Mutt. I like that. As far as the Fanboy 3 raffle, the winner pulled an Eye of Ophidia from said gold pack. Yeah, Marag, that was Steve over in Twitch chat who's hanging out. Yeah, it's awesome. You can probably see it on the screen where he was talking earlier, but yeah, that's Steve. That's so cool. Really ought to try and get out to an armory at the Outpost again. I haven't been to an armory in a couple of weeks now. I've been trying to go to a local Nexus night so that I can play some Riftbound, but all of my cards haven't come in yet, so I haven't made it. And last week, I actually didn't go to cards, and I just hung out at home. Me and Carly played games and hung out. I think I tested a little bit, but me and Carly mostly just hung out. So a tournament for 3 gold packs is really cool. Their events are well priced, even ignoring gold packs. Essentially a cost of just over a single pack to play. You always get 1 pack of your choice, up to 3 based on performance, on top of a gym pack. Okay, see, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is one thing that I really wish our local stores would do. And you know, again, like I say all this because I love our stores. I'm not trying to throw shade, but like, you know, I really wish that they would do things like, you know, like putting store credit back into it or getting packs or something like that. Like when I played Magic back in the day, you got a pack per win, minimum of 1 signing up for the event, pack per win at like Friday Night Magic, Monday Night Modern, things like that. Or you could trade those packs in for $2.50 in store credit, and it was absolutely awesome. So, yo, let's go Dot with the 9 months. 9 months of Prime support over on Twitch. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Means a lot. I saw an aggro Lilia list I wanted to try for Riftbound. I've not played Lilia yet. I just pulled a Vendetta Kaisa. What is Vendetta Kaisa? I'm not following. Is that like Wait, isn't Vendetta the most recent set that just came out? Didn't I go to a Vendetta pre-rift? Was a Kassai a reprint in that set? Pack per win? Yeah, so it's unfortunately it's not standard for our stores. I kind of wish they would do some stuff like that. But I think a lot of our stores are just like, hey, you know, here, play, here's the gym packs and stuff like that. So I've been playing Viscerai with proxy cards, and the deck seems very good. Might have to schedule another session with Damien. Yo, we could play some Viscerai. Have the little Damien Meister back on the stream. Something like that could be fun. I like Damien. He's a lot of fun, and he's very good at like banter, so he's always entertaining to have on the stream. But yeah, Viscerai deck I think is going to be really good. Oh, the alt art is $85. I don't know if I have an alt art Kaisa. I have 3 Kaisas. I have a set, but I have 2 of one art, and then I have one that's like an alternate art, and I don't know what it is. Oh, gym packs are a massive W. I agree. Pack per win worth of store credit is what my armory is. So you end up with enough store credit to get like a box every set. Yeah, see? Stuff like that is awesome, Loquacious. I love stuff like that. And it encourages people to come to your events. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Aside from that, the main reason to attend our local community is great. Really competitive, which is fine by me, but really lovely and welcoming. When you have a local community that is welcoming and like, you know, very like warm towards others in the community, but also competitive, I mean, chef's kiss, like 11 out of 10. That's what you want. And, you know, I think every community has like, you know, like the quote unquote like grinder in their community, like the competitive grinders. I think every community has their like, you know, they're like local casuals who just like to hang out and play games. And then, but like, you know, the Flesh and Blood community is it's very welcoming for the most part. I feel like for the most part, Flesh and Blood community is fantastic, especially my locals. My locals are amazing. It's really good, but we still get less people than I'd like. How many people do you guys have at Armories, Dot? You know what? Actually, that would be a cool question. I want to know how many people you guys have at your all's Armories, roughly. Because, and this goes for everybody, because we have roughly about, I would say we have about 8 to 12 most nights on Friday night. Saturday is normally like 6 to 10-ish, somewhere in that range. And when we have ProQuest and stuff like that, we normally get into like the, you know, we normally, like a ProQuest, we have like 20 to 30 range, I would say. Something like that, 20 to 30 range is probably somewhere in that ballpark. So anyway, 4 to average lately. Depends on the armory. Somewhere between 4 and 24. That's actually a massive gap. Somewhere between 4 and 24 is kind of crazy. 12 to 18. I feel like that like 10 to 20 range is where a lot of people live, Sean. I get that. 16-ish, Northern California. Ooh, okay. 4 to 16. Okay. I mean, it's interesting, like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like the low number being like 4, you know, I mean, I think that happens to us as well. You know, we have some low numbers, but you know, like that 4 to like 16, 4 to 20 range, I feel like you're really leaving a lot of room there. So yeah, we tend to get 12 on a bad day, about 20 to 30 on a good day. Yeah, see, that's awesome. I'm super jealous of that. Hey, Havoc, what's up, dude? We get good turnouts for large events. Oh, nice. That's good, Dot. That's good. A few of our armories are quite low population. I mean, yeah, we have a pretty low population for like our Saturday armory, our Friday armory. We have other stores that run armories. Like on Wednesday, we have a store called Old Black Mountain Games. They are a phenomenal store. Alan runs that store. I love Alan to death. Wednesday is date night, so I never make it to play there. But I do like Alan and Old Black Mountain. They actually held an event for Super Slam that was his massive wrestling belt. And it was super cool. It was super fun to do stuff like that. If there's that low attendance, it's because we all went to an event. Honestly, based, Sean. Based. They pretty much, all the cards are given out to whoever wants them. People have given away Marvels from them for free. Wow, that's really cool, Dave. Armory's about 8 to 12. As soon as we get those events, they've dropped them in our entire state nearly. I mean, I have one ProQuest within 2 hours of me. The rest are 3 to 4 hours away from me, which is pretty sad. Liam, champion of the people. Dude, Liam would be a monster of a local, I feel like, to play against. I mean, monster of a local. I just wish my armory wasn't at noon on Sunday. I mean, noon on Sunday does not sound like a great time. We get more at our armories than our skirmishes? Okay, that's actually kind of crazy. When I found my current local group, I've noticed a definite uptick in my play consistency. They're very friendly, but also very competitive. Oh, yeah. See, that's the best. Like, that's the best, Marag. 100%. We get one skirmish per season and one PQ. Yeah, so we normally get one PQ. No, so, like, it's what it's been for the last couple of years has been that we get an RTN at one of our local stores. And when I say one of our local stores, I mean, I'm talking one of the ones 30 minutes from my house. So, like, local for me. And then we also get, like, one ProQuest during the season. Well, this season, the closest ProQuest to us is an hour and a half away. Like, it's not even close. So, 0 skirmishes within 5 hours is actually kind of crazy. New card dropped 15 minutes ago, if you haven't seen. Oh, hang on. Yo, new card dropped? Oh, this was Ashen Wings. This was Ashen Wings card, right? Yeah, here we go. Hang on, I sorry. You guys cannot see what I'm looking at. Hang on. Let me pull this up. We'll take a look at the spoiler really quick, and then we'll jump in and talk about Aurora. Bloodsong Gloomblade, a 0-cost, 2-power, 3-block Shadow Runeblade attack action. You may play this from your Banish Zone, and it has Usurp, which is the +2 if you destroy a rune chant. When this hits a hero, you may banish target aura permanent they control. You may banish target aura permanent they control. Interesting. A banish target aura permanent they control. I mean, this could hit like... No, the allies aren't auras. So what, you're banishing like a Malefic or something like that? I mean, I guess this is pretty good against illusionist stuff, which could be pretty good. I don't know. This is interesting. Hey, Pitapo. Yeah, we are going to be playing Aurora here in just a minute. We got one new Necromancer card that doesn't say Shadow on it. Gravy Bones don't need no help. Gravy Bones don't need no help. Tell Rose they don't need no help. Rose, they don't need no help. Absolutely not. Yo, let's go. Ian with the 10 months. Dude, I appreciate that. 10 months on YouTube, man. Means a lot. Ian, appreciate that. I'm so excited for IAR. Dude, I'm super pumped for... I am actually super pumped for Usurp the Shadow Throne. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. My brain is still decompressing. Yeah. I mean, the blue D react that blocks for 4 could be very, very powerful. Could be very, very powerful. To be fair, that card could be very, very powerful as well. I just, you know, sometimes I'm not a knower, you know? Sometimes I'm not a knower. I know it's not Rose asking. I'm just saying, tell Rose, I assume Rose is like hanging out waiting for me to like give her grief about something. But that's fair. That's fair, Chris. So I always call you Chris. Do you go by Christopher? Like, I always want to ask, like, you know, you got a preferred name. I will call you your actual screen name. Oh, the gates are auras. Okay, so that's actually interesting then, Brian. Am I going to be at the Armory this Friday? I will not be at the Armory this Friday because there is a Riftbound skirmish on Friday night that I'm going to. I have a Riftbound skirmish on Friday and Sunday that I'll be at. So I will not be at the Armory. I have to stop by for a few minutes to drop off a card because I think our skirmish is on Friday, if I remember correctly. I think our skirmish is Friday. So I think they're playing a little Sage on Friday. The defense reaction seems pretty mid, but it might be needed to clear out Malice's hand. Could be. Yeah. I use my full name for my accounts. I mean, hey, Chris, I get that. I completely understand. Jay, I understand. I completely get where you're coming from, Jay. Completely get it. Okay, let's take a look at the Aurora deck and talk about some of the things that we have changed. One of the biggest things that we should talk about up front is the Flying High. We are on 2 copies of Flying High. Now, if you're looking at my list from last night versus today, we're basically saying that 2 copies of Flying High over 2 copies of Flow State Embodiment is an easy way to think about this. Flying High feels like, at least in the 2 games I've played, it's felt like a very solid glue piece. Like, it really brings the list together. Like, you have an awkward hand that bricks. It can be kind of weird. Drawing it off the top can also be very solid. I had a turn in a game earlier where I was trying to get all 3 value out of quick succession, and I couldn't. My last card was a Stinging Sprite, and so then I drew off of a Snatch into a Flying High, and then I was able to go Flying High, Stinging Sprite, hit him with the weapon, which I think is really solid. So some really good play here, and I think that's like, I'm viewing this card right now as two ways. One, this is a glue piece. Like, it brings a lot of the awkward clumps together. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like it kind of helps smooth out hands. And then the other thing that this does is it works with Face Purgatory, which is super sweet. You love to see that it works with Face Purgatory. Drew, good luck at your skirmish. Yeah, I think our skirmish is Friday, Jay, if I remember correctly. I also use my full name for accounts, as you can clearly see. Your full name is Loquacious. That's your legal first name. If that actually is your first name, I'm gonna feel like dog shit. I'm actually gonna feel like dog shit, like for real. I'm hoping that Flying High is gonna be very good tonight. I won't lie. I'm also excited to play Jack Be Quick instead of Jack Be Nimble tonight. Using Jack Be Nimble to steal the items has not been very relevant for the most part. We're not really, stealing things like Energy Potion or things like, Potion of Strength or like other things that we could utilize. But instead, we end up stealing a gold and then we can't use it because we don't have a blue. So it doesn't really work out. But I'm thinking that Jack Be Quick will actually help add some points for us into Gravy Bones. Because my name isn't Loquacious, but I happen to be Loquacious. I love that. Maybe the best answer ever. But I think Jack Be Quick, somebody pointed out to me that you have a really solid line where, like, if you hit Gravy Bones with a Jack Be Quick and you steal an ally, you can actually take like a Rigor Mortis that they attacked you with, untap it. Instead of sending a card at their face, you can pitch a card to attack for 6. And it's still tapped, which is like crazy, right? I don't know. I really like Jack Be Quick. I think this is really good today. I was reading Havoc's message. I think that Jack Be Quick has potential to be really good in that matchup. Send your social security number for proof is crazy. I'm Flying High today. Dude, Havoc. Me too. Colin thinks it's on copium, but hey, we're living it up. We are living our best life playing some Aurora tonight.
Lizard.
A couple of other main deck changes. We are on 3 copies of Rush of Power. I don't really know what the difference was in my list with this card. This probably ended up being a different card that wasn't an attack, if I had to guess. Maybe like Yellow Quick Suck. I'm not sure what this card would have been in like comparison. But Rush of Power, a solid 3 block, also a solid card with a relevant quick strike text for an on-hit effect. Rush of Power has felt good basically every time I've played it. So, yo, Philip, what's up, buddy? Does it untap the ally before or after it gets sent back? Let's see. When this hits a hero, untap an ally they control, then steal it until the end of the action phase. So it untaps it, then it gives it to us, just to clarify. Yo, what's up, Trent? Jack, give me a big old kiss. Yo, somebody check on Trent, dog. We're also on 2 copies of Stinging Sprite. Now, this was a card that I was originally playing in the first version of the deck. I think this was in the version from Vegas. But I've ended up going back to 2 copies of it. It works with Quick Suck. It also works with Flying High. It's also just a solid piece to like block and snipe games with. If we ever need to like look for like a little bit of reach, could be really, really good. So Singing Sprite has felt fine. It continues to be more of like a role filler as opposed to like an all-star or a staple or something like that. So it seemed perfectly reasonable so far. Taking a look at the sideboard. We have a very straightforward sideboard tonight. 3 copies of Burn Up and Shock. Burn Up and Shock is how I think of... I like to think of Burn Up and Shock as like the Goober deck destroyer. So if there's a matchup where we don't want to play like Potion of Strength for Fatigue into, or maybe we're not super worried about being on Shelter to keep us alive, we play Burn Up and Shock so that we can be on the extra 0 for 4, incentivize our opponent to block a bunch so that we can like get cards out of their hand, take tempo. So if we are playing against like a Goober deck, not necessarily always true, but in a lot of cases, if we're playing against like a little bit of an off meta deck, we put Burn Up and Shock back in the main deck so that we can have it to help fuel our hands, push tempo. Outed is a consistency piece into Gravy Bones. That is its sole purpose. It will sit in the sideboard unless we play against Gravy Bones, and then we will put 3 Outeds in the deck and we will run the game. That is exactly how Outed is going to look. We're also on 3 copies of Shelter from the Storm into a deck like Kassai, into a deck like Mario. I don't know that Burn Up and Shock necessarily has the biggest value. So being on something like Shelter from the Storm to prevent marks, to just get 4 value, have a good general defense reaction, we are able to use this in the place of Burn Up and Shock, where our opponent offers a ton of equipment. Maybe they're blocking a lot every game. They don't mind to block a ton. So Shelter can help us cover up, play more effectively, and just stay in a good position. Potion of Strength. This is straight up anti-fatigue. Like that 110% anti-fatigue. This is all it is through and through. We want potions for the fatigue matchup. I'm not sure if 3 is correct. For the fatigue matchup, we're also on Crown of Dominion and Vexing Quillhand for ultimate combo. For Oscilio, we're on Helm of Might and Magic and Shock Charmers into every matchup. We have Tunic for a deck like Jarl, or I guess another matchup we might get more value out of it in. Probably Jarl only, if I had to guess. And then Crown of Providence. Crown of Providence is going to be good into a deck like Hala. It's going to be good into a deck with a lot of Arsenal disruption. Into a matchup like Slippy, for example. We played a couple of Slippies last night. We have a copy of Crown of Providence to help us from Arsenal disruption. But into Mario, maybe they're on a lot of, front pumps in a lot of situations, or like decent reactions. So we could look to be on Face Purgatory. So we are not playing an alternate chest other than Tunic tonight. It is Ether Ironweave and Tunic all the way. We are basically main deck Ether Ironweaving it all night. Yes, I'm on 3 copies of Fry in the main deck. Mutt 100%. Exclamation point deck. It looks like Da already did it, but that will get you the list. It's also in the description, Philip. Yellow Rabble better than Outed. So my skepticism with Yellow Rabble is that if I have to throw Outed at a 3 power or a 3 toughness ally, Yellow Rabble could miss. So there's definitely a debate for it because it has the 2 block on it. But I think that adding more yellows to the deck makes our red Rabbles more inconsistent. And I think it also gives us another chance to make our yellow Rabbles inconsistent. So being on more reds for Ravenous Rabble consistency, I think is the best play that we have. Not saying that I'm definitively correct by any means, but that is the thought process tonight, Trent. Also, guys, if you're hanging out and you want to play games, please jump in, play some games. I'm trying to test for calling Kansas City, and I will take all of the positive reps I can get. So, also, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. Appreciate you guys chilling with me on a random Tuesday while we play some games. Don't forget, on Thursday, we got our spoiler coming up on Thursday. I'm pretty excited. Let's see. Dory? I played a Dory last night. Probably going to be a lot of Warrior slop in Kansas City. I think we're going to go second in this matchup. Good luck and have fun. Face Purgatory is the way to go. Ether Ironweave, Snaps, and we're just going to put Shelters in. I do not think that this is a Burn Up and Shock matchup. I think we need to be on Shelters in this matchup so that we can have some defense reactions. Maybe try to reset. Try to do absolutely nothing because our opponent left. So that's cool. Yeah. We forgot the thwarts. Oh my god, bro. I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, I guess we're gonna wait for an opponent. They may or may not show up at this rate. Obviously, we're gonna get opponents. I'm being a little impatient. Maxx. All right. Good luck and have fun. Okay. They want to go first. So I'm thinking that against Maxx, we may want to be on Burn Up and Shock over Shelter, I think is the plan. I think this is a perfect example. I think this is a perfect example of where we want Burn Up and Shock to get a lot of value. And hopefully they just don't like flip into like, you know, whatever it's called super early. So that could be rough. I'm heavily considering playing Tough Nut. Yo, Tough Nut would go crazy in Kansas City, actually. We definitely want to block a little bit here. We probably could have given the Rush of Power too, but may not be necessary because they're probably just going to activate Maxx and pass. Both sides of Burn Up and Shock. They have AB1. They're playing AB1 twice, which I don't understand. Now, I like this because this could be snaps, right? Like, we could just be looking to snap here. We're just going to lightning press this. Try to go over the top. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lightning's ready. A glue huffer has entered the arena is crazy work, bro. Absolutely diabolical. Okay. I mean, that's fine. We're just gonna give snaps. This hand is rabble. Depending on how they block, we could look at something else. I mean, I think this is gonna be a race in a lot of ways, so. What's Spell Void wanted an action point? I mean, they have AB3. I don't really know why, but they do have AB3, technically. The mech mains I know call themselves glue huffers. I mean, that does sound like Jesse. We often give Jesse a hard time. We tell Jesse he's on some cope. So they could have the Evo driver arms, and that's their better base piece into you. I mean, I think the base piece that blocks is probably better, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head, that it's probably better that way. But oh, they're just going to give it go again? Okay. They're going to flip next turn, which absolutely terrifies me. They're just going to go to 20. Okay. I mean, yeah, that scares the living shit out of me. So are we better off to like block on a purgatory on the next attack and try and like get value out of this? I mean, I think this is a good chance for us to try and look for this, right? I mean, that feels pretty good. So they activate Heart, make a new thing, and pass. So we want to block here because they're not going to Banksy us this turn. Yeah, I mean, they could just be a new player and not know. That's also very true. Uh-oh. That is no good. That is no good at all. Yikes. That's, all right, so we're just going to Burn Up and Shock. Curious to see how they want to play this. They decide to pitch. Okay. Yeah, Pulse Wave was rough. I mean, we're just going to press this. They knew I had the press, so I'm a little surprised. So 4 Arcane into 2 instances. Ooh. Or I guess into an instance of 1 Arcane. Just 1 instance. Interesting. Okay, they just concede. I mean, I guess they don't have anything to do here. Like, what are they drawing into? I mean, their hand's pretty reasonable. A couple of 2 blocks is not great, but they're down 18 points. I think we were going to go Nimbleism, Quicksuck, Skizzic into Weapon, Arsenal the Arc Lightning. And then my hand was going to be Arc Lightning, E-Strike, put the Burn Up on the bottom to draw. I would have drawn Nimby. Nimby snapped, searched for a Nimbleism. Nimbleism with Go again into E-Strike, probably. Yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. Yeah. That Pulse Wave Harpoon was bad against us, but like, I mean, it was really good against us, but I think we were in a pretty dominating position. So, Confetti, 1-0. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right. Well, let's keep rolling. I mean, we started an hour early so that we could get as many games in as possible tonight. So hopefully we're gonna rack this win-loss counter up quite a bit. That is the goal before the night is over with, so that we can try to rack it up. All right, I'm gonna go first. 40, 55. Olympia. Okay, so I think this is a burn up and shock matchup. I don't think we want to be on shelters. They're on quite a few defense reactions. Maybe we're supposed to treat this like Kassai and just play shelters. I think I want to try for burn up and shock and see how it feels in this matchup, because like Steve just told us that this is Dave. And like knowing this is Dave, like we can come in for 7, put Rush of Power to the bottom. Like maybe they want to filter. I wonder if I'm just supposed to like set the Lightning Surge, hold the Tempestuous Kiss. We can do like this, I think is fine, and just set up, because we're forcing Dave's hand to be good. And like that's not always the case. So all right. This feels fine. Ooh. Tough. And it's 9. This is actually tough, right? Man, I don't know. No wager of the goal, just the on-hit effect. Yo, Copper, let's go with the 5 months. Yo, Copper, I appreciate the 5 months. Means a lot. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you have a good night, buddy. I mean, I could block 9. If I take 9, what does my hand look like? Not great, right? There's just not a lot of great options here, because blocking with these cards and 2 pieces of equipment is like fine. I mean, I guess we could just throw 8, right? I was really looking forward to having a Tempestuous Kiss turn, but the problem is that we have to use snaps to make that happen here. I mean, we could block like this, right? And then it's Lightning Surge into Scar. Yeah, we would literally just go Lightning Surge into Scar, Arsenal the Temp Kiss. I guess that's fine. I'm not super happy about this, but I think it's the most... I think this is the most correct play we could make based off of the CNC being really good there. Kind of wish that Dave would have wagered a gold with us, but Dave's smart, so he didn't. Okay, Dave takes a Rune Chant down to 39. We're seeing the pitch on turn 0 already pay off for us. That 1 Rune Chant comes through. Dave blocks with his headpiece because he is clearly on the no block strain here. Could block 9, send Surge with Sword and Arsenal Scar. We could. I don't know. It felt like keeping the Tempestuous Kiss is probably better if I had to guess, but I'm not sure. What is this one? It's plus X, where X is twice the number of cards defending it. Ew. Well, I'm not going to be defending very much, I guess, so hopefully, anyway. And then Dave is going to use his headpiece here. Okay, this hand seems really good. What are we wagering here? Oh, they're going to wager at instant speed. So, I mean, this is just no blocks, right? Because we're going to lead on path. If Dave does decide to pitch, we pitch path of same ends to give it go again. Flying high, break this. 7 and 1 Arcane, Arsenal, Lightning Surge, end on the sword. Yeah, we'll no blocks this here. So it jumps up to 8. We're down to 32. We're already down 1 Scar, which is not great, but we do need to be aware of the fact that, like, you know, managing life totals is now a relevant part of our gameplay in the rest of the game. I'm curious to see how Dave plays this one, actually. Because it's, like, not super straightforward here, I feel like. This is, like, not a very easy decision. Okay, so he is going to pitch the Command and Conquer. I mean, I think Dave just realizing that, like, no matter how you play this, it's gonna. I have prepared for the situation more than likely. We're gonna play Flying High, activate Iron Weave, and then it's 7 and 1 Arcane. Seems like this came on a good turn if Dave was pitching a red. Like, Dave might just, like, block with a card and 2 pieces of equipment here. Okay, no, card and defense reaction. Yep. All right, so we buy the entire hand, which is really solid. Unfortunately, it was 2 cards out of Dave's deck, out of his hand back into his deck, which is, like, awkward for, like, the fatigue battle we may rage into. Bro was mogging to win. That's all Zach does. Yo. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that, Chris. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. All right, so we just took a turn reset. Basically, Dave was just okay with saying we're going to take a turn reset. We're just going to lead on Lightning Surge. I don't really want to play both the presses here, but I will. If Dave is willing to take 1, I'm going to let him take 1 because I want my second strike to be online. He's looks maxing? Yo. Yeah, we're just going to play them both. Dave has a D-React. We'll get it here. I was like, if not, we push through lots of damage, which is really nice. I get lost in Zach's eyes. Yo. You guys are cracking me up. I appreciate the kind words. Y'all better watch it. Listen, y'all might be on Carly's radar. Y'all might be on Carly's radar. Y'all out here getting lost in my eyes and flirting with me. Carly may not be having it, dog. Carly may not be having it, you know? His hand's not the best. I think we're just taking this, though. Hey, what's up, Josh? The headband really does it. I swear I'm not biased by the fact that I am wearing a headband. Yo, I love that you're also wearing a headband, Loquacious. That is like some real love right there. And I gotta tell you, it speaks to me. Yo, Trent's going crazy. Dude, y'all are cracking me up, I swear. I think we're supposed to play the quick suck this turn. Like, right now, we're looking at it being basically like a 0 for 2. But if we're having potential to draw off of the snatch here, then I think we need to make a play like this. I would have loved for Dave to have been super aggressive with his blocks and given us 2 cards there for efficiency. Yeah, Josh, I wasn't really saying that because I thought Carly was gonna, get people for bullying me. But yeah. It does work well with snaps and snatch here, which is really nice. Which means if Dave gives me, if Dave actually gives me, he's required to give me 2 cards and a piece of equipment to cover it up. Okay, so we get CNC take the upper hand. Now we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it to just Arsenal? Because we could push the snatch here with another on hit, but I think I'm okay with just like taking the value that we got from Dave this turn and just arsenaling. I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, our hand's really good. Our hand's really good. I'm sure Dave will probably do something. What is this? The winner discards a card. So Dave gets to push extra damage. Yeah, I was thinking that if we wanted to like try and get value off the grains, we could, which would be solid. So we have a really neat line here. Sorry, Carly, Zach is making us fall in love. I don't even know if she's listening to the stream right now. She might be like playing Fortnite or something and like not listening. So we get to have a really cool line here. We get to go Arc Lightning. It's our first one we've seen all game. And then we're going to go Snatch for 4 go again. This line is actually just like insane. Like these are the hands you dream of. I flirt in front of Carly and my own wife. Now that's true. Trent does do that. I will say that's not cap. Like Trent does do that. Stop flirting with chat. Yo, flirting with chat. You guys are going to get me in trouble at the way this is going. Sounds like everybody's in trouble with Carly tonight. All right, so we're going to go Skyward Serenade. We're going to go Skizzik and Buff. That's 1 ping from the Arc Lightning. Our last action card was a Lightning card, so current funnel is going to be for 3 go again, plus the Arc Lightning ping on the back. Why not wait and snatch last? Bait out any other blocks? So I don't think there's a better way to play this turn. Is there a better way? Is there a better way to play this turn? If I go Arc Lightning, I can't get the +1 from the Serenade and give Snatch go again. If I'm gonna pick +1 on the if I don't play Snatch after the Arc Lightning, I'm not able to give the +1 on Serenade, I don't think. I think this was the most effective way to play this turn cycle. Because now this is 4 go again, into 3 go again, into the weapon. And we're literally just like Arc Lightning maxing. We're just maxing things tonight. Yo, Leaks, what's up? If you're talking about me, I don't stream on the weekends very often. I won't be this weekend. So I have a Riftbound skirmish on Friday. I have a Riftbound skirmish on Sunday. And then Carly's parents are in town on Saturday. I think we're going to a park festival, like music day kind of thing, which I'm pretty excited about. Should be fun. I think this hand's just really good, right? What is Belly Buster? Wager a courage token. No, I think we're okay to take 7 and give them a courage. It sucks, but shouldn't have taught you maxing. Listen, dude, I'm just out here old maning it up. Just curious about the logic. Oh no, Angel, you're good. Like it's a very good question. Or I'm sorry, your name's not Angel. I always call you Angel. It's Angle. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, Angle. No, it's a perfectly fine question. It is a perfectly reasonable question. We got one more point of value without using our snaps the way we played it, as opposed to trying to bait out blocks early so that we can get the snatch value. How many Nimbies are over here? None. So there's one more Nimby in our deck, and there's going to be no Nimbleisms to search up. Ping, old Dave here. I heard my name and had to rewind and turned up the volume. Yes. Chat is flirting with me, and I told them they had to be careful. I said, if Carly's listening, you guys might get in trouble. And then Trent proceeded to double down and say that he flirts with me in front of you, which is pretty funny. It's true, but it's funny. Oh my God, yo, Trent's going wild in chat. I was like, there's got to be a D-React here, right? My birthday's Saturday, and I'm spending at the hospital with my grandma. I'm sorry your grandma's in the hospital, Josh. I hope you enjoy your birthday, though. All right, we're just going to pass. I mean, this feels like a pretty good opportunity to just line up something like this. If it's Iron Song response or take the upper hand, we're in a pretty bad spot. But if it's one of those +1s that Dave has not been able to get out of his arsenal, this could be pretty good. I think blocking over by 1 is a perfectly fine pick here. Oh, Fry is a banger draw. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I made the right decision, but that's unfortunate. Oh, yo, Chris, do you know Josh? The first Tempestuous Kiss was really good. I mean, I think Tempestuous Kiss is a powerhouse of a card that we're kind of like, quote unquote, required to play in a lot of situations and matchups. Like, it's just one of the strongest cards we can play. Covering his tracks. Yo. It's called glazing. Yo, chat is in rare form tonight, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, Fry turns on like the whole hand. I was sitting here thinking about what we were going to do so that we could go like Rush of Power snaps current funnel into something else, but Fry is just like bonkers draw off the top of the deck. David been sitting on an Into the Muck, huh? Interesting. There's still 2 more Burn Up and Shocks and a Lightning Press left. Getting 2 cards there seems like a massive W. Oh, I mean, no, that's fair. I'm not saying you're wrong, Chris. I just didn't know if you and Josh were like friends. So I'm kind of thinking that we go 4 into 7 and then Arsenal the Burn Up and Shock. Like, Burn Up and Shock seems like it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I just like, I think we should just play to the value of like trying to set up a 5-card hand. We've also seen 2 Command and Conquers have been blocked with, and 1 was pitched early on. And I don't think Dave shuffled anything. And this requires 2 cards from Dave. The interesting part is like we could go 5 go again into the Rush of Power. Actually, that might just close the game out, right? Could just close the game out. I like having more friends. I mean, listen, I'm always down to have more friends. I get that. We do not have any nimbleisms left, which is a little awkward. We might have just won the game last turn. You guys have friends. I'm curious to see if we get a block from Dave here. Okay, he does pitch a card. Interesting. So I think we're gonna play the quick suck. We're gonna go NIMBY. Sure. We'll search and like fail to find. Just for like a shuffle. Might as well, I feel like. I actually think this is a fine play. When he flirt maxes with Zach. So we'll snap this. Let's press this. Force Dave into having another defense reaction. Another golden company. Okay. And then this is going to make this 4 go again. I was hoping for more value here, but 4 go again is fine. Okay. I think Dave just realized that we were going to win right there. Because what? Dave blocks 6 and the weapon gets him. And we still had a reasonable amount of like gas left in our deck. We still had an Arc Lightning left. There was still a Jack Be Quick. We had multiple paths. Yeah, like that felt like we were still in a pretty good spot. There was still a Flying High left too, so like yeah. No, I mean like we could have shocked ourselves, but the quick succession like really like bailed me out no matter what there. Also like getting a card out of Dave's hand that early was really good. Yeah. Oh, confetti. We 2-0. Burn up and shocks into Olympia, huh? Okay. Seems reasonable. Yeah, we still had stingings in the deck, yeah. Shocking yourself doesn't need you to because of the quick suck. Yeah, the quick suck kind of bailed us out there. We could have shocked ourselves though if we needed it, and it would have been okay. Ooh, we're 1 game away from another mastery level. Another mastery level. You'll love to see it. All right, I have to say, that first game didn't really count. I feel like our opponent was like relatively new. Okay, this will be a good one. This will be a good one. Let's see. 10220 Mario. All right, so Mario is Face Purgatory, and we're gonna be on shelters. We're going first, which is actually what I would pick because I think it's harder for Mario to get a ton of value going second. It's easier for them to mark and set up. So yeah. You only had to block for 1 turn the whole game, which felt really tough for me because usually I see Aurora's at least brick on 1 turn. So Dave, one of the things is like this list is kind of set up to brick less. Like there's less like I would say explosiveness, but it's set to be more consistent. And hopefully that like, you know, hopefully that like continues to shine through. What if we overpitched one of our Arc Lightnings? I think this is fine. And then we can Arsenal the Purgatory, or I'm sorry, Arsenal the Scar. This hand's fine. Like, this hand seems pretty solid. I do not believe it is worth. I don't really want to greed on my equipment. The first hand looked a little bricky, but to be fair, like we could have played out of it with the arc lightning if I needed to. I'm debating if we want to give up the snatch. Like we could give up the serenade, but I don't think that's correct. I think this is better. I think this is better, right? And now we get to go Scar for a Scar, Fry Serenade. I mean, we could just let Fry go away. We lose the mark. It leaves them open to something else, which is kind of scary. I don't really like letting them hit because it means they could have another powerhouse of a card to play. It's kind of a risk we have to take if we want to take 4 damage here. Maybe we do just let the Fry go. Yeah, let's try it and see what happens. I'm not the biggest fan of letting this hit. Because if they have go again into like codex here, they could like codex and like get back hunters or get back mark and then flick, and there's all kinds of stuff they could do there. I mean, I definitely understand what Trent's saying, and like it panned out very well for us there with that play because we were able to just like keep our hand and push on. Okay, Fate Foreseen from hand is fine. I mean, I wanted that to hit so that we could draw a card, but like also wanted to be able to play our Scar for a Scar with go again. Arc Lightning Ping, and then it's going to be Skyward Serenade, Embodiment, and Skizzik. We'll get the Skizzik off the bottom of our deck. 1 more Arcane at them. This is 4 go again, 1 Arcane on the back end into Scorpio, which they very quickly take. So they're obviously very interested in keeping their last 2 cards. All right, they're at 27. They clearly don't have like a mark of the Black Widow or something. They would have like used it last turn. Actually, they pitched a mark of the Black Widow last turn and they're pitching another one. They're just trying to mark us. I think we just let this happen. After 1 year, we finally have the border for Necromancer cards. I mean, hey. Yo, Darkor, what's up, buddy? We could just block with Grasp if we wanted to get real greedy here. I think we're just supposed to let this happen and then let them flick us. Yo, Spiffly, what's up, buddy? They flick us to 34. We go to 33. Nothing from the Arsenal, which is fine. They could have Arsenal Disruption. They blocked with their Leave No Witnesses, but they had go again. I don't know why they would have done it that way. All right, so 4 go again. I do not think this is an Arc Lightning turn. I think we should Arsenal it and set up. Mask of Deceit into Calicera or Orb Weaver. Orb Weaver's the one that gets them a Calicera. Let's see how Path feels. See if they feel like giving us a card or not. Yo, they do. So press is worth 3. Giving it go again is worth 2. So we're just supposed to press this and just pass. Because what they're going to do is they're going to discard and then they're going to attack us for 4. Yep. We take 4 and we play out our hand, which is really strong. Actual Orb Weaver spiders are terrifying. I don't know what an Orb Weaver spider is in real life, actually. Yo, Danny. Yo, Danny coming in hot here. I see. Until now, there was no pure Necromancer card except for equipment, so we did not know how the border looked like. Oh, actually? Yo, I did not know that. So I think this is supposed to be Arc Lightning, Nimby, Fry, We're supposed to hold on to the second strike. We're going to snaps this turn because this is like the turn we should snaps and just like push for extra value here. Oh, they had a yellow they're pitching. Interesting. All right, we're going to search for a Nimblism. Yes, I would like to search. Thank you. Arc Lightning in the Nimby is very good. It is, in fact, very good. And then it's going to be... They know about the Fry, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Fry because we have the second strike after this. Huntsman spiders are genuinely the scariest creature I've ever dealt with. Man, you guys know a lot more about spiders than I do. And then it's the Nimblism. They could not block the Snatch if they wanted to, I'm pretty sure, from this position. Even a defense reaction doesn't cut it. So we snap this. Inertia Trap is fine, I think, anyway. Depending on like what we draw, could be fine. That's actually just nuts, right? I mean, holy Toledo Batman. That's actually just an insane rip off the top. Oh my god. Brother. I try to dodge spiders at all costs, so you guys are gonna laugh, but Carly kills all the spiders in our house. I don't touch them. Yeah, that rip was insane. Drawing Skyward Serenade off the top might have been like the dumbest thing we could have drawn. And if they take this, it's gonna be 26-5. And we have relatively good tempo. Nimblism, Jack Be Quick, Ether Ironweave for 5 to throw Timkiss for 5. We could also Jack Be Quick for 4 going in and then pitch Nimblism and Tempestuous Kiss for 5. I think this is fine. I'm not entirely sold on getting rid of my Ether Ironweave without having to block with it is the best play in the world, but they're at 5, so I think we just need to continue to like push forward. Like this eats their last 2 cards. And then Arsenal Tempestuous Kiss without Ether Ironweave is not the best play in the world, but we can probably try to line up a current funnel where it works, maybe. Yeah, Nimblism, Jack Be Quick for 7 into pitch current funnel to Tip Kiss again. Like literally just running it back, except now we're setting a shelter is perfectly fine with me. And if they give us an inertia trap here, we're just going to pitch the shelter to grasp. The Rune Chant puts them to 2. A 3 block means they have to give us an equipment. So this is actually just the correct play. Okay. Yeah. So they would have had to have given us both equipment pieces and a card. And then my next hand was going to be Arc Lightning, Lightning Surge, Ravenous Rabble, Skyward Serenade. And then we were going to shuffle after that. So our whole hand was going to change. Wow. That was actually crazy. What was it? Our AVPT was 17.4 over 5 turns. We threatened 31 on that one turn. I think that deserves confetti almost any time. Like 31 was crazy. Yeah, we rolled hot. I don't kill the spiders. He said absolutely murders the Arachne. Yo, base. There's no way Skyward Serenade is gonna get banned. Get out of here, Dave. Get out of here, bro. If they ban Skyward Serenade, like there better be a crazy expansion slot card for Aurora. 17.4 is not bad, right? Actually, not bad. I don't get mad seeing a Mario high roll. There it is. You love to see it. The Necromancer border is cool, Rose. Hey, Lillian, what's up? I heard Necromancer and I came running. Of course you did, Rose. Of course you did. See? I mean, let's keep rolling. Have you seen the new cards today? Yeah, we talked about some of the newer cards earlier in the stream. I think we want to go second in this matchup. Olympia. Against Olympia a minute ago, we ran Burn Up and Shocks. I think that's the play we're going to go for again and see how it feels. I mean, when they release new cards, Skyward Serenade should go again. 0 for 6 under Arc Lightning is a bit much as she gets better cards. I actually agree with that, Dave. No, that's fair. Yo, what is the Necromancer tongue? What? Yo, what? Rose has a spider sense for Necromancer being said. Cusco. Truer words have never been spoken, my man. They got spoiled. Pain. Oh, you almost had me, Trent. You had me in the first half. You had me in the first half. Nice try, Squidward. There's no Santa Claus here. You almost had me, big dog. Oof. Oofta. Oofta. I think we're fine to take a setup turn here. I was thinking we could go Lightning Surge, Snap, Current Funnel, Ether Iron Weave, Tempestuous Kiss. Nah, let's throw a card at them that demands some blocks. Dude, I'm telling you, you all have conditioned me. Like, Trent, you and Rob have single-handedly conditioned me to be so aware of the jokes coming in. Ban gone in a flash? You might be cooking with that one. I think people would riot, but you're kind of cooking. This feels like a great Arsenal Flying High hand. What is this one? A Vigor? I mean, yeah, that doesn't really do anything for us. So they're going to crash the boards for 7? Yeah, we'll take 7. Like, this is fine. What heroes does Olympia beat? I've played him as Dio, Teklo, and Oscilio, and they've all felt favored. I'm pretty sure Aggro has lost to 1. I think we lost to 1. I don't remember. Maybe I haven't. I honestly don't know like what Olympia is super favored into. Like I'll level with you. I genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know what it's like super favored into. It honestly just feels like a good value deck. Like the way somebody described it to me was that it's like a Guardian that converts all four cards every turn for the most part, and I really like that. That one sat with me a lot. I like that a lot when I was thinking about it. I want an Aurora card that replaces Fry. As soon as I can, I will take that card out of my deck. Hate the 0 block on it. Any expansion slot lightning card with Go Again will replace it, in my opinion. See, it's so funny because, like, I get it. Like, you don't like Fry. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong because, like, I definitely understand where you're coming from. But I love Fry. It is so thematically accurate to lightning. It is a head jab, unconditional Go Again, but it doesn't block. That just feels like it fits the lightning class so well, in my opinion. We could play the Flying High and get 1 value here. Like, get 1 more value. We get 1 more value out of the Serenade as well, but I think having a card that helps us, like, prevents bricking is important for next hand. Too many decks that can block it out. Losing a big wager can be devastating. Now, that I do understand, Lillian, because, like, you know, I blocked... Somebody played Olympia against me. I think it was last night, maybe. I can't remember. But they wagered... Ooh, that's obnoxious. They wagered... They wagered the intellect into me, and we just blocked and purgatoried them, and it was like backbreaking. So do we want to park the Arc Lightning in our arsenal, or are we just running it out here? You're saying Olympia is favored into Teclo, Dio, and Oscilio, Danny? If so, do you care to explain? I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just curious. Olympia has the downside of the still bad mechanic wager. I mean, that's fair. Feels a bit like Mario at times. He's happy to block, but can convert hands that deal big damage and has a big fridge to play the wild hands. Well, that's fair. I think Blunton is very greedy against us, but I don't think it stops people. So if they break their helmet... Oh, you're saying the opposite. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm following. I'm following, Danny. That makes sense. So we're going to take 12. You'd park the Lightning. I was thinking of parking the Lightning too, because we have a really neat play, right? Where we can go Nimblism into Path. If they pitch to AB, we pitch Sprite, throw weapon, Arsenal, Arc Lightning. They have shown us that they are on Blunton, which is a little scary, but I miss the days when we could just pitch this nonsense to Aurora in response to things like that, and it didn't matter. Warrior doesn't get to have on hits. We have to risk losing to give the opponent value to get ahead. Now, that, I agree, it does feel bad. My defensive brain likes only 3 blocks in the deck, but I understand. As a longtime Guardian player, I am a 3-block enjoyer, my friend. I am a 3-block enjoyer through and through. It feels like my camera is very, like, off-centered today. Hang on. Yeah, like, if I sit over here, like, it literally is, like, off to the side for some reason. Hang on, guys. That look better? I feel way more centered than I did earlier. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Sorry, I know I'm, like, moving the angle around on you guys. And then we have Stinging Sprite. So we just get another 0 for 4 out of the deal. I got a melee out the deal, but I'm still in the grind. I can't remember what that song's called. But I think parking the Arc Lightning is fine here. Yeah, 3 blocks. Yeah, 3 blocks are good. My Guardian Brain loves 3 blocks. Yeah, them playing Blunton against us is actually, I think, a mistake. Dave plays a lot of Olympia, and he was saying the other night that he felt like it was a mistake for him to play it that way. So if Dave says that, I'm on board. Like, I'm just like on board with agreeing. This hand feels really good. I think them drawing off gold is probably, again, a little greedy, but we'll see. +3 wager a vigor token, sure. As a Teclo player, blue block 3s are the way. Tell me about it. And listen, Rose, I love head jabs as much as the next person, you know? An equipment card from their graveyard. We do not have a non-attack action in our hand. So this is just no blocks to the moon. It's unfortunate. I don't really want to say no blocks this turn. I think this weekend calling Hamburg is going to tell me how many people are actually playing Olympia and how well it's doing. And if they're on rakeback, because if they are, we might be able to be greedy with snaps in this matchup. So they do pitch to the Arc Lightning, which is a little surprising. They probably have a D-React here. Okay. They're going to pitch to the Arcane. Wonder if they're going to give us a card here. It's going to determine how we play the rest of this turn, right? Okay. So now that they have decided that they're taking the damage there, we have to decide, is E-Strike draw a card better? Or how many Arc Lightnings have we played? Is that the first one? Or am I just supposed to play Second Strike into Weapon? I think it's Second Strike into Weapon. Don't have any more cards to pitch. And then it looks like they're just willing to go to 15 here to keep their one card. This might be one of the last times we can say no blocks this game. What are they wagering? A Vigor token? We could go for the play of blocking this out. I don't really know what a Vigor token does for us at this point in the game. This is one of those hands that just feels a little weird. I don't think... What if we block just arms, take 5? Let's think about this one for a second. This is one of those turns where I would stop and like take in the information. If I block a grasp, we should block Grasp and Iron Weave if we're going to block 2 pieces of equipment, because we could rip Tempestuous Kiss off the top. Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning and Burn Up just don't work together. So we go Arc Lightning, E-Strike, bottom the Burn Up and Shock, draw card. We have the Press, the Rabble, and an unknown card. And we can end on the weapon. They're keeping a card to Arsenal here. More than likely. We could also go Burn Up and Shock, Arc Lightning, put the Press on the bottom. What if we just don't play the Arc Lightning? Is the Burn Up and Shock worth more damage? Is the Arc Lightning worth more damage? If I play the Arc Lightning and go E-Strike, draw a card. That's 2 damage from this. Rabble is 3 damage. Burn Up has to hit with a Lightning Press for this to matter. So if I was to go Burn Up and Shock into E-Strike, bottom the Arc Lightning, I think we're going to do that. I think with the Lightning Press, we have to go for this. I think this is just the plan. It's a little greedy, but I think this is correct. Plus, our opponent pitched last turn to this, and I don't think that's correct, but they did. All right, we're going to draw a card. Drawing Fry is actually great. Fry is insanely good here. This is an awkward block for them. If they have a D-React, they have to go Headpiece and D-React here to cover effectively. I'm more than happy to just let this connect right here. I am very, very surprised at their decision to let this happen. Wow. Yeah, I have to say, I'm very surprised by that decision. They clearly want to keep their hand. I think we're just supposed to dive in. We know there's a Scar for Scar on top of the deck. Am I supposed to hold the Lightning Press here? We take a chance in getting blown out by a Blunted in their hand and losing the Lightning Press. so that our Scar can be online next turn? Or I let them go to 8, throw the weapon, and then we can play from there. I think we're just supposed to get value out of the press. Yeah, I think if they're willing to go to 3, this is fine. We immediately draw a hand that is unplayable. So we're going to have to block with Purgatory here to try to make something happen. Not that press would have made like this massive difference in this hand, but I thought a while about it. I mean, that's fair. I just need to find something to do this turn cycle. This is actually like such a fine play. I mean, yeah, we did have 2 pair. So flying high into Scar for 5. Unfortunately, we don't get to throw our weapon. We could have played Quick Suck to make this 6 to force another card, but there's a Tempestuous Kiss left in our deck, right? Like we have a Temp Kiss left, so we need to save our chess piece. We're just blocking 2 cards. Next turn, if we have to, I am going to go for the Ether Iron Weave into Grasp line. There's 1 Nimblism left, so it's Quick Suck, Nimblism, Path of Same Ends, 4 Go Again, 1 Arcane. I mean, we have to make sure we're not going to die, right? Like, I do have to make sure we're not going to die. Them pitching a Blunton to a freaking gold. Ugh. Arrgh. Okay, they're wagering a gold to make this 7. To not die, I need to... If I block 1, we're taking 6 to 2. What if we block with this? So if I block 3, we take 4 down to 4. Even if they have a +3. So if they have like an Iron Song response, if they have the take the upper hand or whatever it's called, we're still in a perfectly fine position. And then our hand is Nimblism, Quick Suck, Path, press into weapon. So it's going to be 7 Go Again and an Arcane. I think this is fine. I would like to keep the Nimby, but I'm thinking of situations where we literally just lose the game. I mean, I guess if we block Grasp, we don't lose to Iron Song response, but... All right, so 7 Go Again in an Arcane. They cannot deny the Go Again because of Quick Suck. Oh, getting to Blunton like that was insane. He hats gold. That's right, I hat gold, Trent. Yes, we all hat gold. Tell Trent we all hat gold. Yeah, I mean, they could have had like a muck there or something like that. In before Shunt. Dying to Shunt would be hilarious. Would be an unfortunate way to lose a game, but very, very possible way to lose the game. Oh, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all chilling while we are playing some Aurora, testing for calling Kansas City, which will be here next weekend. So Oh, the ceiling fan is... Yo, the ceiling fan is looking real friendly right now. Is crazy. Trent, you are in rare form tonight, my man. I mean, there's no reason to do anything. I was like, they're dead if they don't have anything. I was like, I'm assuming it's a defense reaction. If they don't have another one, they are dead on the spot. If they do, we're going to take every card out of their hand. Okay, they did not have one. AVPT of 14 over 7 turns. We had our big turn of 22. What was coming up after this? So we would have went... If they had another D-react, they would be at 2, which means we need to minimum take 3 to 4 cards out of their hand. So we go Nimblism, E-Strike, Lightning Surge on the bottom for go again. So it would have been 8 go again into Stinging Sprite. They block 3 cards. They take 1 Arcane down to 1, and then they block 3. The turn after that is Current Funnel, Jack Be Quick, Fry, Second Strike. Jack Be Quick for 4 go again. Fry go again. So Jack Be Quick takes a D-react, we'll say. Fry takes a card. Current Funnel takes a card. Second Strike takes a card. Weapon kills them. So we had win no matter what 2 turns later. I mean, I guess actually maybe not, right? We have to think about this because they would have taken a card from us. They would have had no cards and attacked us, and they would have been at 2. We were at 1, so I would have had to have blocked with E-Strike. We might not have won that game if we didn't right there. I don't know. Hey, Darkcore, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good night. Oh, confetti. Ayo, we win. We're 4-0 tonight. We're 4-0 tonight. We are cooking. Drawing cards is good, confirmed. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that game could have played out a few different ways. Nimblism plus E-Strike, go again, pop chest, throw stinging, you win. Yeah. So chest into grasp would have won the game there. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Yo, we're getting close. We've almost got the Aurora Mastery 5. Only 9 more games to go. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Dot. I'm going to use that line the next time I go 03 at Armory. Oh, that's so funny. He can't play Gold Hero anymore. I am sad I can't play Victor anymore. You got Reckless Swing by RKO the other day? Ooh, that's a feels bad, Danny. They used to call me Quick Suck. Yo. I think Kassai is a go second matchup. I think this is a go second matchup. Let's see. This is actually a matchup I want to play. This is actually a matchup I want to play. We're going to be on shelters for this matchup, and we're just going to run it and see how it feels. Yeah, I'm just incidentally getting my Aurora Mastery up by just playing games, which is kind of cool. It is feeling pretty good for Kansas City right now. I lost my ball knowledge. Okay, first off, that was pretty good, Trent. That was pretty good. Oh, man. I need to go get a soda after this game. We do not want to give this go again. And I actually don't mind pitching pitching Jack Be Quick to path at all. I mean, if they don't block it, that's fine too. But if they do, if they pitch to block the AB, we just pitch Jack Be Quick, throw Stinging Sprite, Arsenal Press, and pass. I will be playing Victor and Sage, knowing that we're having all the success with it. I will. Now we're just supposed to press the Stinging Sprite, right? Yeah, like I think we can just press the Stinging Sprite and Arsenal Jack Be Quick here. Oh, you got a flight to Kansas City for 360? That is not bad at all. That is like, that feels like a really good deal. I don't remember how much my flight was, but I think it was more than that. I'm still annoyed that they don't retroactively count the hundreds of gravy games I've played. I mean, that would be cool, actually. I wonder if there's a world where they can implement that. I mean, I guess to be fair, like, I've not played hundreds of Aurora games, so I don't really know what I would be searching for there. But it would be cool to see that, right? That would be cool. Yeah, this is the I've went X and 1 on multiple Aurora streams, but I've not had like an undefeated session yet. Not yet. So if this is just attack with both of the sabers, we get to just shelter here. Or if they go hot streak first, yeah, they should always throw saber first here, right? Kind of making me wish this was sink below right now. I wonder if I should be on sink below just for filtering instead of shelter. I do not like this hand. I think this hand's going to end up being fine, though. Outland Skirmish for 5. I think blocking like this and just throwing Snatch is a better play. We're keeping them off of copper, potentially, as long as they don't have like an in the swing. I mean, it would be cool to go undefeated. I'm more interested in like making sure that we play better games than I am anything else. But yeah, going undefeated would be cool. I agree. I like Shelter more specifically because it flicks against Syndra and the Mario Slippy matchup. I mean, yeah, Syndra's not something I've seen a lot of recently, but I could play one for sure. We could play one for sure. Wonder what the Syndra matchup's like, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, a hand like that would have been really good to just, like, sink something. I mean, we ended up having to block anyway, so it wouldn't really matter, but them blocking with Dynamo here just tells me that they are definitely going to... This hand's really good, right? We get to just block like this. And then it's Nimby, Snap, Nimblism, Jack Be Quick, Ravenous Rabble, Break to Combat Chain, Ether Iron Weave, Tempestuous Kiss, Arsenal Press. Actually seems like a very reasonable play. Yeah, Nimby works very well with this hand. I know that I continue to get hate for only playing 2 Nimbies, but I just like you cannot convince me that 3 Nimby is right. I know that like so many people obviously disagree. I keep looking at builds of the deck, but like it just doesn't have natural go again, and it also doesn't get go again with quick suck. So I think that makes it very awkward in a lot of ways, but Nimblism, Jack Be Quick for 7 go again. Ravenous Rabble, Break the Chest, Tempestuous Kiss, Arsenal Press, yeah. 3 Nimby is better with Flying High. I mean, I guess that's true. Nimby is definitely better with more Flying High in the deck. That checks out. That math do be mathing, Dot. Playing Victor and Sage is going to be fun. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually thinking about taking it with me to calling Kansas City. I mean, hopefully I don't end up playing in the showdown, but you know, better to bring an umbrella and not rain type of situation. So it also means Natty drawing an embolism doesn't pose the same problem like drawing Skizik. Yeah, for sure. Like I really like playing a lot of like 2-ofs of cards like that. Yeah, so Steve, Marcus hooked me up with a Victor Sage list. Yeah, it is. I haven't had a chance to play it yet because I've not played Sage, but it looks very sweet. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Yo, hold the phone. Well, we can't throw a weapon here, right? I was like, are we supposed to press this and then set up the current funnel for next turn? Probably not, right? No, it's a very real list. If Marcus is okay with it, I'll ask him. I will share it in the Discord because I think it's a really cool list. And I think it's very fun. So we're gonna stop. We're gonna break this tempestuous kiss. If we could have thrown weapon there, I probably would have just given the press on the rabble and then arsenal the temp kiss. But I think this is better. So it's Fry, current funnel, E-Strike, go again, draw a card. Yeah, I'll message Marcus. I think Marcus was hanging out, so but if he's not, I'll ask him for sure. Too bad Flow can't be used like a lightning fealty. Yo, a lightning fealty would actually be insane if that were the case. Can Victor beat Blaze in Silver Age? I've added a couple of cards that I think help the matchup. It's probably not the best plan in the world, but I want to try it. So I have a couple of cards in there to try it with. E-Strike pairs so well. Like, E-Strike makes this hand work so well because we can put the Skizzik back on the bottom now. We're just going to draw a card. See? And this is perfectly reasonable. We have the Fry on Chain Link 1 and then current funnel on Chain Link 2. When our opponent says no blocks, we are going to lightning press the crap out of this. And they're going to give us their Valiant Dynamos. And then we're going to Arsenal the Arc Lightning and we're going to set up. Sharpened Senses. Okay. Sharpened Senses into Slice and Dice. Five, go again. On hit, make a gold. And the next one is going to give +2. So this is going to be for 4. So I guess we could take 5 here and then shelter the second one. It's basically the same math either way. Ooh. Okay. At least they can't use grains, which is kind of nice. And then, oh, I'm sorry, there was 2 Slice and Dice. So this is for 9? Jesus, okay. Okay. Woo! Opponent needs to chill. We're just going to give shelter, and we're going to play out our hand. Think we can just play this efficiently? I could take it, but I don't see a reason to. Just play for the effectiveness. It was a really good turn. Makes sense why our opponent took so much damage that turn cycle. Waiting for them to choose a card to pitch to Arcane Barrier. So they pitch a blue. I think giving Lightning Surge is the best option here. It gives us the best chance of turning on our second strike. Because they could very easily AB the Path, AB the Arc Lightning, and then block 3. Like, so it's only one other card. Interesting. Okay. So I think we're going to do it like this. They're going to AB the Path, which is fine. I was like, it looks like they were thinking about giving me Dynamos here, which I would have loved because it means that we get the on-hit effect from Scorpio. Oh, hey, what's up, Allie? You have an important question? Hit me with it. I got a bird. His name is Ronnie. Yo, create chaos because apparently I've been getting your name wrong. That is really cool that you got a bird. That's awesome. Is peanut butter sweet or savory? Wow, that's actually a really interesting question. Somehow I feel like it fits both categories. All right, so I guess if you put a gun to my head and told me to pick, I would say that peanut butter is savory because I think that jelly is the sweet part of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But I also eat it with a spoon sometimes. So I gun to my head, I would say savory, but like I wouldn't argue with you if you were like, this is sweet. I'd be like, nah, okay, this is sweet. Sure. Where is this coming from? PB is insanely sweetened. If you get unsweetened peanut butter, it's not even savory. Oh. Okay, so I can keep calling you Cree. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure, bro. Allie, where did this question come from? I refuse to get unsweetened anything. That sounds awful. Okay, so we would take 9 this turn. But I would try to set up for like the kill shot here. So it's flying high, NIMBY for 4, Nimbalism path. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't want to give up our hand to deny the Kassai hit here. So I saw a TikTok that made me question. I say it's a sweet item. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really wouldn't like if you were to say like, hey, like I think like peanut butter is like a naturally like sweet treat or something, I really wouldn't argue with you. Like that makes sense to me if you view it that way. I think I view it when I think of it, I think of PB and J, and I think of jelly as the sweet item between the two. So I think that's how my brain works. But I eat a spoonful when my sweet tooth is on fire and I'm dieting. I mean, to be fair, like peanut butter is a very sweet thing in general. Wow, that's a really interesting question. That should have been like question of the day. Yo, that is something I was actually thinking about doing. Is that something you guys have any interest in doing? I was thinking about when I stream doing like a question of the day and making it like exclamation point QOTD in the chat so that you guys could like answer the question of the day and we could like talk about it to get your all's thoughts. If they don't pitch, they're just going to block weapon with dynamos. Okay. Yo, what did you expect, Trent, when you did exclamation point min? I don't think salty equals savory. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I enjoy almond butter and unsweetened peanut butter, but I'm on the gym life. I've never had unsweetened peanut butter, or I don't think I've ever had almond butter actually either, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think I've ever had either of those now that I'm like trying to like lock my brain around it. I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight. Nothing crazy, just trying to lose a little bit of weight. Arc lightning, Jack be quick. I mean, this whole hand's insane. As long as I don't have to block, I think this hand's going to be bonkers. There is a very real chance we have to block, though. We're at 10. Aggro Blaze close-up crying watching his Prism game. Honestly, like, based. I think Trent was expecting you in your Aurora cosplay. That would have been, like, an actually, like, crazy pool. If exclamation point me or something was just me in my Aurora cosplay, that would be hilarious. There are a lot of commands that are not used very regularly. I really hate that we're not going to draw a card, but I think our hand's really good. Yeah, our hand is just solid. I think we can just go to 1 here. It definitely feels bad, but I think we have to play out our hand and just try to take as many cards from them as possible. They didn't activate Kassai last turn because I don't think they could have. So there's no gold for us to worry about, which is nice. Poster Eater? Bro. Kyle is in fact one. If you type exclamation point pants, that's a command. I have one for AGE, I'm pretty sure. I have one for. There's about 30 commands. Carly has a command. Trent has a command. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of who all has one. Josh has a command. Allie has a command. Yes. Rose has a command, I'm pretty sure. If it is, it's Rose. It's exclamation point Rose. I can't remember. Yeah, there it is. I forgot about the Marvel amulet conversation. I forgot that that's what it was. That's so funny. Yeah, Diablo's got one. There's a lot of very specific ones for people who hang out that I'm like really good friends with. I think Martin has one too. Martin has a command, I'm pretty sure. So it's Jack be quick. I'm pretty sure we have a Nimbalism. So this is going to be 4-go again. I love that Carly's his best wife in format. I love that so much. Yeah, Fapton's got one, dude. I haven't seen Fapton in a while. I was like, I think Martin's is about a lot of the like commission stuff he does for me. I'm pretty sure is what that one is. So they've not taken any damage yet. So we're gonna go embodiment and search for a Skizik. We need to push through some damage here for the second strike to be online. Our opponent has actually done a phenomenal job at denying a second strike mass so far. Yo, Himmel in the chat. Dude, Himmel, what up, dude? Yeah, no, there's literally a sneaky command. Like there's a lot of random commands that like people don't use because I don't think people don't know they exist. I could probably make like a list of them and put them in Discord or something for you guys. Himmel, are you coming to Kansas City, dog? Yo, Saxaboom, what's up, buddy? The bot commands for this channel? Oh, yo. I didn't know that exclamation point commands would actually tell you. Will it really? Yeah, Loquacious, be careful typing in random words in the chat. Be careful what you ask for. Yeah. I don't know. I remember when I spelled Bizarre wrong and we couldn't get Himmel's name right, so I had to change it to Himmel. Yeah, I remember when that happened, which is so funny. I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot that's what Diablo calls me, is Zachary, like that, with like my name spelled out in that funny way. All right, so opponent goes to 2. We have full tempo. We need this hand to not shit the bed. There's quite a bit of gas left. There's one Stinging Sprite left in the deck. There's quite a bit of gas left in the deck here. Are there any Skiziks left? There is a Skizik. Flying High, Tempestuous Kiss for 8. No, 7, right? Yeah, it would be 7. Into Weapon, Arsenal Quicksuck, I actually think is a very reasonable play. Because it requires, if they have a good hand, 3 cards. I want a command if we're putting a nickel in the jukebox. I tell you what, I'm so in for that. It's been a while since I've made commands for people. We used to make them randomly for people who have been hanging out in the chat all the time. Bringe, you definitely deserve one. And then I write down like what you want on here, and I'll set it up for the next stream. Who else wants a command? Well, who else needs a command that hangs out all the time?
Some biddies, you
Yo, let's go, Bringe, with the 5 bits. I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Dave, I think you have a command. Oh, Scott should get one? I actually like that. Yeah, that's an easy one. Dot needs a command. Can I have a safe word instead? Oh my god, that's insane. Okay, hang on. So Dot. We need one for Chris. I like that one. I like the idea of having one for Chris. Hang on, I gotta pass through here. Jam would be a good one. I think that's your command, isn't it? Yeah, I was like, Jam is actually your command. Somebody said one earlier that I really like too. Hang on. Oh, Pop Tart. Pop Tart's a good one. And what are we doing asking for safe words? Cody, by the way, you had me going for a minute last night, dog. You had me going for a minute last night, dog. I won't lie. Yo, Peterson with the 8 months over on Twitch. Peterson, thank you so much for the 8 months. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Let's Arsenal quick suck and set up. Unfortunately, they're going to get to swing both weapons here. As long as they don't have a red. Oh, they have a red. We went back so many times. Okay. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, so they're going to swing the saber to get as many cards out of our hand as possible. So it's... So we have to block 3. Oh, undo. That's a good one. That's a good one to add. So it's Scar, Fry, Snatch, Save the Quick Suck. This takes 2 cards. If they don't have a 4 block in their hand, we're gonna win the game this turn. Yeah, they pressed undo a lot. Ironically, Scar for Scar is actually insane with us being at 1. So when they led on Hot Streak, I assumed they had a yellow or a blue left. Was the idea? Was they could like take multiple cards from us? I guess even if they don't have a 4 block, they were at 2. They get to just like give 3 cards and not die here. I was actually like, it kind of made me proud that we are a community that was so quick to jump in on gaslighting me with you. It made me a little happy. I won't lie. We're just gonna go again into Scar and press it. If we had played the quick suck last turn, we probably would have just won because we could have went 5-4-4. Take 2 cards. Take 1 card. They die on the last attack. No. 5. Yeah. So take 2 cards. Oh, okay. I thought they had a D-React there, and I was like, man, that's unfortunate for me. If they did have a D-React, what were we drawing? These cards? Admittedly not going to... Well, no, it would have been fine. Quick Suck, Rabble, Press It, Second strike snatch. Yeah, that would have been fine. Yeah. Confetti. But yeah, playing the quick suck would have just won us the game that turn. That actually probably would have just been a better play. Gas lamping? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get it wrong. Oh, dude, I love B-dubs. Yeah, honestly, Cody, you should be very happy that, like, we have fostered such a positively toxic community, and I mean that in the best way possible, that everybody was just willing to jump on the train and gaslight me last night. And honestly, I love that. I love that for all of us. It was great for me, too.
Lizard.
Yeah. Yeah, Flying High was amazing. Yo, Scott, what's up, dude? We were actually just talking about you, Scott. Let's see. Betsy. Betsy. I think we want to go first into Betsy. Face Purgatory is hard to pull off. This feels like a Crown of Providence matchup. I don't know if we want to be on pots in this matchup or if we want to be on... Do we want to be on hard combo in this matchup in case they like try to fatigue us or something? I don't know that there is a great answer here. That is the Scott. Yeah, Scott, you're about to get a command, Scott, in the chat. You just didn't know it yet, dog. I have no idea what's correct here. Are we just supposed to like go first and run burn up and shocks? Playing pot going first is fine, right? We can try to find like an early combo. Yo, Trent. I'm gonna play for a hard combo and see what happens. So, Flying High, Rush of Power, press it. We're just going to pass, and I'm going to Arsenal the Lightning Press. I guess I could make a Rune Chant here. We could make a Rune Chant here if we wanted to. Oh, okay. Now that's awesome for us, because it means you're about to get hard punished. I actually love that they led on Tension in the Air so much, because it means this is 5. We're going to press this. If they're going to let this hit, I'm going to let this hit. This is Staunch? Sure. That's fine with me. We're still getting the on-hit effect. I mean, they're just going to pay. So it's fine. And then it's going to be Nimby, search up a Nimbalism, and then press this. Absolute Cinema. Hard Punished was my prom name? Yo. Scott, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody commenting on one of my streams today saying that if somebody was talking bad about you, they were going to be met with a hard fist. Which, good, they should be. We can try to take some damage here. Yeah, this is fine. We'll take 7. Oh, yeah, that was Trent. My man said that was Trent. Yeah. Once you came in, it was S tier. Dude, Scott being here just makes everything better, doesn't it? I mean, I feel that way. In Scott, we love. Or in Scott, we trust. I think I'm saying that right. So, if Scar for a Scar was on, we have a really easy setup turn here. But I think we now get to go... Nimbalism. This is actually a weird one, right? We're going to lead on All right, so it's going to be Nimbleism. We're going to go again because they're going to punch us in the face next turn. Yo, Gary, getting crazy. I need more spoilers. I don't know if there's any more today. There's more on... I know I have a spoiler Thursday. Me and Max Ferocity have a spoiler on Thursday. Is that Scott? The kids yearn for the mines? Yo. They decide they want to have a little undoozy. Sure. Also, like, if the game goes late, which it doesn't look like it is, but if it does, Ravenous Rabble is very good late game. All right, we're going to run out the old pot, and then we're going to Arsenal Scar for a Scar. Okay, this hand seems pretty good. We can Arsenal a Quick Suck this turn. So it's Scar, Scar Press, Play Potion, Arsenal Quick Suck. They're going to lead on Chapeau into Pile Driver. So they're just bank. I mean, yeah, we can't cover this. Like, wait, what can't I say? What can I say, Chris? Did I say something crazy? Yo, Cody typed it out. Okay, so we're basically just trying to set up and look for an Arc Lightning over the next couple turns. Seems like we've got Guardian numbers in the Shadow cards. We do have some really interesting like numbers. The one today, I was talking to Cusco about this in the Discord. I don't remember what it's called, Embrace or something like that. Seems really strong, actually. That one seems really strong. They need to add some slow suck so we can all hear him go from... Oh, yo, Echo, that is good. I like that. That's funny. That's a good one. That's really funny, actually. You guys are the best. And we're gonna press this now so that we can roll the damage up. If there's no defense reactions, we get to roll down to 26. I mean, getting a blue staunch is fine. They're going to take less damage. We're going to break the combat chain. We're going to put Potion of Strength into play. And then we're looking for a big Arc Lightning turn, basically. This turn is freaking insane. And we just have to play it. Like, there's no choice. We are using the Ether Iron Weave. That's just the way God intended. This hand is really good. So it is Quick Suck, Skizzic, Current Funnel, Ether Iron Weave, Temp Kiss, Second Strike Weapon. This is a big tempo swing for us. Have a Malice spoiler, Rose. Oh my gosh, yo. Scott actually just like torturing Rose is crazy. So Quick Suck. Skizzic for 5. This hand is gonna go. This hand goes so hard. Any hand where you can have a Quick Suck into a Current Funnel is just like absolute gas. Current Funnel for 3. We are going to break the combat chain. This is going to be Temp Kiss for 1 Arcane and 7. I'm imagining we're going to see a Tunic pitch. Tunic for the Arcane is probably what's going to happen into block 6. For old time's sake, yo, everybody's trying to goad Scott into him talking about a spoiler. I will be breaking 0 NDAs. I think that's smart for Scott. Okay. So we've gotten all the value out of Quicksuck and all of the value out of Temp Kiss this turn. I think we're just supposed to throw Scorpio and set up a second strike. I know it may not always be like the best decision here, but I think this is correct. And we can continue. I think we need to try and look for 5-card hands. I think we need to continue to try and look for 5-card hands. Plus, having second strike in Arsenal is not bad. Let's play this and see how this goes. Okay. It's not the best thing in the world. Everybody's just giving Scott the business right now because he won't share a spoiler. You guys leave Scott alone. He's doing his job by not sharing with you animals. We'll do the damage to them. It's going to get prevented by the shelter. They take 2 down to 20, and then they're probably going to have a big turn here. Okay, this is our turn. This is our turn. The real problem is, what does his hand look like? Temp Kiss does not convert with this hand very well. So if I block Temp Kiss, we would take 4, and then it would be Arc Lightning, Stinging Sprite. Man. I think we're just supposed to block with this. Yeah, you guys can gaslight me all you want, but you guys leave Scott out of this. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take 4. I think blocking with the Tempestuous Kiss is the correct play here. I think that's the correct play, and we're just gonna dive in on our turn cycle here. Arc Lightning. We'll see how they decide if they want to play this one out. Okay, they already took 1. That's really good for us. It's really good for us. I can handle this crowd until the death threats start. Okay, well, if there's ever actually death threats while we're hanging out, no. There will be immediate bans for people if that is ever the case. And I'm pretty sure everybody who hangs out here regularly is aware of that. Yeah, this turn was going to be a lot worse if they started pitching. We were going to have to, like, really look for an avenue here, depending on how they played this one out. So we do an Arcane Ping, put them to 16. I'm assuming they're all reds or, like, 1 blue or something. This feels like they're 1 blue. Potion of Strength, Arc Lightning. 8 go again into Weapon is going to be met by Gauntlets, I'm pretty sure. The Weapon will be met with Gauntlets. More D-React. So they're all D-Reacts in like 1 blue here. Okay, that also makes sense. So Staunch Response actually, ironically, doesn't work out for us very well. They could just take one, AB1. It's actually just probably the play because I have one floating. I would have taken one there. I don't even know who you are. I love that, Scott. That's actually a great way to handle nonsense like that. So we want the current funnel to give the snatch go again. So Skyward Serenade, hang on, I have to think about this one for a second. So it's Skyward Serenade, Skizzic, Embodiment, current funnel. No, it would be Nimblism, Skizzic for 7, current funnel snatch is the only way to make this work, I'm pretty sure. The only other thing we could do is we could use snaps here if we wanted to get an extra point out of this. We could go Nimblism, Skyward Serenade for +1 and Skizzic. Current funnel for 3. Current funnel for 3. 4, or I'm sorry, for 5. No, it would be 6. It would be 6 go again, 4 go again into snatch. So it's 7, 2, 4. So it's literally 7, 2, and 4. So 4 card 13, or it is 6, 10, 14. So it's literally just mathematically better to play it the other way and use our snaps if it looks like they're not going to block. Now that I've seen Cody's message, I actually hope somebody said, I actually hope Scott was like, for me, it's Tuesday. Search for Skizzic buff. I think we're at a point in the game where like every point matters. Okay. I didn't pick make an embodiment, so like joke's on them. This is 6 go again. I mean, they discarded the Ripple. Do they have to discard Ripple before I play it? Oh, they do, right? Oh no, I named modes, and they saw I wasn't going to do it, and then they did that. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, the discard here really favors us. But this has actually been a really good lesson because I need to keep in mind that I can just get got by the... That I can just get got. By Ripple away in the future against this deck. I mean, against any deck, really, but it's common in this matchup. Okay, now we have to decide. Is it Snap's time to get aggressive? I think we're better off to take full tempo, put them to 6, and then just take our 5-card hand. I mean, that's an insane draw. That's an insanely good rip. So, Arc Lightning, Quick Suck, Current Funnel, Snatch, Weapon. I could Arc Lightning. There's no way to draw from the gold and make it like worth it, I think. I think we're just supposed to Arsenal this Arc Lightning. Ripple has been cleaning my clock as Viz. I could see that actually. Are we just supposed to go double Arc Lightning this turn and just like banish our opponent to the Shadow Realm? We could pitch to draw a card. hang on. Let me think about this for a second. So this would be 2 arcane pings. This would be 2 arcane pings, 2 arcane pings, 2 arcane pings. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to run out both of these. Actually, yeah. I actually think that you guys are correct and that I'm playing a little too conservatively and that there's actually just like no way for them to save it all. Like they just can't stop the whole thing, right? And if they can, this is going to feel bad. Yeah, listen, Scott shows up and my draw has become like cracked out of their minds. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Scott, you should hang out more often. I say that like, you know, Scott hangs out pretty regularly. Like Scott's out here chilling, dude. Scott is a man of the people. So if they have a 3 block in hand, they give 3 block. Okay, so they have this in a defense reaction. Sure. Okay, so Arc Lightnings put them to 3. If they give me their tunic, they stay at 3. If they don't give me their tunic, they go to 1. Yeah, makes sense. That's right. Lethalies. I don't know. Like, I feel like the current funnel giving the Snatch Go again was probably better than cracking a gold, but I'm worried I'm going to end with this gold on board, so it was probably correct. How many Skizzics do we have left in the deck? Oh, we're good on Skizzics, actually. So we just get to take every card, right? Because we get to go Skyward Serenade, 4 go again, Rabble, 4 go again into 5 draw card, or 7. We can lead on this to see if there's a way for us to win the game. I mean, that just wins the game, right? Because even if they have all defense reactions... No, if they have all defense reactions, they only take 1. Yeah, I think we win this turn. I'm pretty sure we just win this turn. So it is draw card because we know it's on top. We're going to snap, and then we're going to go 4 into 4. And that should just end the game. Yeah. Them having to block 2 cards on this is definitely going to end the game. Let's see. Skyward Serenade for Embodiment and Skizzic. No Ripple, please. And I guess if you discard Ripple, it doesn't matter. You're just dead. You love to see it. Yo, I was not ready for all those hearts. I had to like... Yeah, I think taking this off the draw was actually just the correct play because it just objectively wins the game here. Oh, they had heart in their hand anyway, so we actually didn't even need to do that. I will say, I feel like our draws were pretty hot. Here was our big combo turn, but we had 2 pots into play by turn 4, which I feel like is really, really good. Also, confetti! You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. I keep calling you aggro because I always forget if you spell it Zach or Zach. Yeah, Scott, I think the question was for you. I think they know. I think most everybody knows that I am streaming on my spoiler on Thursday. How Chin, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Guys, if you are here for the first time or new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. Those questions are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. Love to get to know more about you guys. And we are 6-0 now, actually. That was our 6th game of the night. I know because of the timestamps. But yes, I will be streaming on Thursday. We have our spoiler on Thursday for Usurp the Shadow Throne. I'm very excited. And also, Cody, my name is Zach, Z-A-C-K. I do spell it with a K, but people spell it with an H all the time. I'm not offended if you get it wrong, dog. Okay, so moral of the story so far from tonight, Flying High is insane. Tempestuous Kiss has felt good enough at a 2 of that I don't want to go down to 1. Okay, this is actually a matchup I want to test, so I'm very glad we're playing this. Let's see. Silly boy. All right. This should be a good one. I'm excited to see this one. I'm not sure if it's yeah. Oh, Agroblaze isn't your birth name? You won't believe it. Agroblaze is not my birth name. You will not believe it. I think we're looking for Burn Up and Shock no matter what version of this deck it is. It doesn't really matter if it's Spellio or Aurora. We have Spell Void 3, and we're just going to get aggressive. I think this is fine. I'm actually very excited to see how this plays out. They are Spellio. Okay. I'm going to start with a little cycling action. I need to test this matchup, but the other way. I think me and Trent are going to test this matchup a little bit. So if they are Spellio, blocking this damage versus other damage actually matters because they could be on combo. So we are supposed to just take this arcane and go down. We are actually having a pretty good night. Couple of the games we played tonight have not exactly what I would call... the first game we played tonight, our opponent was very new. But the other games have felt relatively solid so far. Like, we played against opponents who are, like, very capable. They understand what's going on. So... Yo, Scott, I may take you up on that, actually. May take you up on that. Anyway, ban gone in a flash. I'm gonna have to go get a soda after this. By the way, guys, I know I've been, streaming for like 2 hours instead of 3 hours recently. Just with like, it's kind of weird because I'm currently like in like my break phase of making content. And when I say that, a lot of people are like, what do you mean you're taking a break? You're still streaming like multiple days a week and making the podcast and stuff and so on. But, this hand, maybe? I cannot, I think we're supposed to arsenal the quick suck with this hand, right? Yeah, but I'm kind of like on my break right now with content where I'm only streaming. There's just been a lot going on. And honestly, like, I kind of like making content 7 days a week for a full year was like a little pushing it. I started to get burned out. And like now we're just kind of like coming back to the things I love. Hang on. I have to think about this turn for the most effective way for us to get value here. Quick suck. Like, do we just play the whole hand? I actually think we just play the whole hand. Arc Lightning, Quick Suck, Flying High, Snatch for 6 go again, Skyward Serenade. Actually, wait a second. Can we bait out some blocks and make this better? Yeah, we can. We can end on the Snatch because of the Flying High. No, we have to end on the Serenade so we can weapon. We have to end on the Serenade so that we can weapon. Yeah. I think this is like one of those hands where I'm trying to find the sequencing, but this is a no blocks, to the moon, let's get them. We're going to punch them in the face as hard as we can. But anyway, what I was trying to say is I've been streaming less, but, tonight we're streaming where this is not like, we're not coming back to 3 hours regularly. I did it tonight because I wanted to get in some more testing time. So anyway, I was just saying, I appreciate you guys being here while we're testing for the full 3 hours, because I know it's different than what I've been doing. So I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I am still burnout right now. I'm picking up vlogging in an attempt to unburn out. I mean, Scott, I get it. I understand. I hope you can find what you're looking for because I get it. I got to a point to where like I was doing a little bit too much. So strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper is fire. So I think Carly actually bought that for me. And I remember not liking it, oddly enough. Because I love like strawberry and like cream and all that kind of stuff. Like, we still have the quick suck value. So we're just gonna search for Skizik. +1. Search for Skizik. And because of quick suck, this is still gonna be 6 go again. So this is gonna be a really solid turn. I'm gonna have to see what we threatened after this game. Remind me to take away 1 from our second turn. Because I like to count the threat of Scorpio, not always the on-hit effect. They're doing a very good job of like keeping tempo with us right now. Scar for a Scar, 4 go again into Stinging Sprite and press it. Scott said, I'm watching from bed and your spoiler is on the nightstand is the next message I see. You guys are relentless. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You guys are relentless. I think keeping the Ravenous Rabble to try and pair another big like 5-card hand together is a good play. Okay. So life parity is met. They have 3 cards. We're trying to set up Chromatic Refinement. Scares the living shit out of me. This hand's actually just like insane, right? So we're going to take 6. And then we're going to take 4. Okay, so it's both sides of Burn Up and Shock. I'm really curious to see if they can cover this whole thing. They're starting with Oscilio. Okay. I'm surprised Kindle's still in against me. I would have assumed, like, in an aggro matchup, you don't want cards that don't block. I will never understand how you create a video every day for a year. Sorry, Havoc. I just saw that. I mean, it was a lot of work. Like, for that year, when there was, like... So, I tell everybody that, like, there was... Of the... Like, 365 days in a year, there was content to be found on my page, probably like 350 of them. And whether that was shorts, videos, streams, whatever it was. And honestly, that required me sitting down and clipping things after the stream was over. Like when the stream was over, I would literally sit in here for like an hour or two and like clip and edit things together and make it all happen. So... Okay. So we get the full value. I was going to say, now that we've already got the value we want, we can just set up. But I think we're just supposed to get all the play out of Quick Suck we can. I can never decide what to clip when I stream. Otherwise, I would. So, Havoc, I'll tell you, honestly, just start somewhere. Like, just pick something you find funny. Because I know that, like, sounds kind of weird to say. But, like, majority of my content is just like, oh, I thought this moment was funny, so I posted it on YouTube or something like that, or on TikTok. And I get it. Like, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming at times to think about that kind of stuff. But, like, that's just how I... Sounds not great. That's just, like, how I think about it. I just started somewhere. Like, it's really funny because all of my shorts started out as all of my shorts were like random TikTok, or like random Fortnite moments. Carly and I would be playing Fortnite, and I would hit a shot, and I would be like, "Oh, like I thought that was pretty clean." And so I would like put that. I would like put that on. I would put that on YouTube, and that's kind of like where that whole thing came from. Out of context, the clip was mid, not bad, just not good. I mean, I think some of them will be like that, you know, like genuinely. I think that some of them will be like that. I think that's just the nature. I have the stream on the TV, but I have my phone for chat. Okay, so Gabriel, I do that a lot. Like if I'm watching a stream that I'm actively like commenting in, I do that quite regularly. We are going to snap this. Where I literally sit in bed and have it on the TV, but I have chat on my phone so I can talk. Yeah. I mean, Rose, it can be overwhelming. I get it. Like making content, like, you know, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Like I love it, but you know, sometimes it's tough to make it all happen. I do understand that. So this is going to be 7. Are there any more Skizzics left in the deck? There are. So we're going to lead here. I actually think our hand's relatively good. We just have to hope they can't kill us. I feel like I should do like an introduction to content creation at some point. Oh, Scott, that would be awesome, actually. I feel like you would do really well at a series like that. Like, I feel like you do really well at like instructing people. Like, I feel like that would be a really, really good like series to do. Okay. This is where they are going to be forced to try and kill us or something. Or if they're going to block out for the turn. I'm hoping that we can like just... Really not a fan of going to 4, but... Yeah. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. I'm doing something. I'm doing something. That would actually be like a really good meme with like the guy who's going through the drive-thru and he's like, please, please don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm doing something. And it's like Oscilio in the other car. Yeah, Ironweave just kind of ended up sitting here this game. We also didn't draw a Tempestuous Kiss, which is what it's for. All right, time to find out if we're going to kill them or if they're going to kill us. If they have a strike twice, we're dead. Yeah. Good game, opponent. Well played, my friend. So yeah, so they came over the top there at the end of the game. The strike twice was really good. What was there? So weird because we just never blocked anything. I mean, I don't know that we ever would, right? Like, I don't know that we ever block this like deck out. Like, we're just forced to try and race them. Trying to think of like what we could have done differently. How could I have sideboarded differently? I mean, we brought in the burn up and shocks. So I just also, hi Abby. I like combo equipment into Spelio over kissing them. I mean, we don't know it's Spelio though, right? When we sit down. So I'm assuming burn up and shock to try and like race them, like either version of Oscilio. Yeah, we just had Spell Void 3. We just had Spell Void 3. Yeah, sorry. Hang on. I'm analyzing the game. I'll play the thing.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I don't know that I really like outed in this matchup. Like I saw Abby say that we could cut like Tempestuous Kiss and play combo. I don't really think that helps us either, though, right? I mean, would it have? We played an Arc Lightning. We could have went for the combo. So into Oscilio, we could cut Helm of Might and Magic, play Gold Headpiece. We could play Gold Headpiece and Ether Ironweave. And then we could cut 2 Tempestuous Kiss, bring in 2 Alded in the matchup. I might try that. I know that Alded's a no block into Aurora. But if we bring in Alded and combo, we're not playing the Tempestuous Kiss, where we're like worried about that aspect of things. So we don't have to like balance the Ether Ironweave out. And we also end up in a situation where we have combo. So if we like, I mean, how many turns was that game? 6 turns? We drew an Arc Lightning early. Which, I mean, to be fair, against you know, Spellio, if we get an average of 5 turns, we could probably find it. That's enough time to find a copy of Arc Lightning. We just have to make it work, right? I mean, that game was close. That game started off rough for us, which is not what you want to see. But that game was very close. I would be interested to try that. We would not be playing Might and Magic if we decided to play combo into Oscilio. My idea... So Dot had the idea, and I'm going to explain this to you guys like while we're just talking about the matchup. Dot had the idea that we could run Shock Charmers and Helm of Might and Magic into every Oscilio matchup because you're always going to get Shock Charmers value, and against Aurora, there is a potential world where we can block with the helmet and then get Spell Void out of it on a combo turn, which makes a lot of sense because you're still trying to get 2 value out of the headpiece, but you're guaranteed 1 in both matchups. And then we play Tempestuous Kiss into the matchup so that we have heavier disruption. I really like the idea of being on Tempestuous Kiss because it's Tempestuous Kiss or Outed. And I think if we draw Tempestuous Kiss in the first 5 turns, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And Abby's saying she just prevents Vexing Quill Hand. I'm going to have to test that a little bit. I'm probably going to have to ping on our boy Trent here and have him help me with that because that's kind of interesting. It's a good thing to know before we get there. I don't know. I'm gonna try this a little bit. This is interesting. Oh, I guess I can go back to the home screen. Yeah, we got team meeting in a few minutes, so I think we are gonna call it there on the stream. The list actually felt insanely clean tonight. Like, putting this together and playing it. Now, our opponents made some mistakes along the way, but, like, this list felt extremely clean. When you play well, you're focusing, you're arsenaling, you're setting up, you save snaps as, like, a good bailout target. I feel like Dot has built a really good version of the deck. Now, Dot was not on Temp Kiss and things like that. These are some things I've added. He was on 3, Nimby. I'm on 2, Nimby. Stuff like that. But overall, I think the deck feels really clean. Like, this is like a really, really clean version of the deck. I like this a lot. This is probably going to be pretty close to my 80 for Kansas City. I really like the other version of the deck that we were playing, but this tonight felt clean as shit. I'm going to play a few games of this into my team and test tonight to see how it goes. But, like, this is probably pretty close to my 80 for Kansas City. This deck felt really sweet tonight. Scott, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, brother. For everybody else at home, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you guys for being here. Also, still sad to see my variant of the deck hasn't been tried yet. I'll have to jump in for a stream and walk through sideboard guides and stuff. I mean, that could be fun, Abby. That would be fun to sit down if we could do that before Kansas City for sure. For 2 temp kisses, yeah, I think that's the big difference in our list thought. But anyway, guys, thank you all for being here and hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Stream on Thursday. Spoiler coming out on Thursday. Also, we have another Riftbound video tomorrow. I had my buddy Nate over at the house on Sunday. We played some Riftbound, and I was able to record and edit over a game that we got put up. It is not a full match. It's just one game. I forgot to hit start recording a couple times like a moron. So anyway, that'll be up tomorrow. Marcus, while you are here, can I share that victor list in the Discord? Are you okay with that? Can I share that Sage victor list in the Discord? I know some people were asking for it, so I was going to share it in the Discord if you're okay with that. Yeah, and then there will not be any streams this weekend. Family in town. And we also have a couple of IRL events I'm going to be at. So anyway, Marcus, if you see this, if you heard my message, I will be waiting for an answer so I can share it with everybody. Do it? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy, guys.